my little children, and Jenna.
Hi, Grandpa!
I'm going to read you a Christmas story.
Boring! Let's watch a movie.
No, not yet. Maybe after the story, maybe. All right. Well, where am I? 'Twas the night before show day, when all through the studio, not a creature was stirring, not even an anchor.
I'm hungry.
We might eat later, Jenna, so be quiet. Be quiet. Where was I? Okay, 'twas the night before show day.
This story doesn't even rhyme. Can we please watch some TV?
You always were my least favorite, Jenna. Where's that remote?
Coming up on Second Edition News. Nate has launched its biggest campaign in history. Edmonton roadway blading has begun. It's the 20th anniversary of Estafa Bus. Welcome to Second Edition News.
Nate has launched the most ambitious fundraising campaign in its history, aiming to raise $100 million by 2018. Of the $100 million, $15 million is slated to go to the CAT building, and the rest will go to support students, fund research, and upgrade program equipment.
It goes into bursaries and into scholarships, as well as ensuring that we do have the nature of labs and equipment that our students need to have meaningful experiences.
The NATE campaign is already halfway to meeting the $100 million goal as a result of the money raised during the quiet phase of the campaign. Chairman of the Board of Governors for the initiative and CEO of Fountain Tire, Brent Heshy, says the fundraiser will only strengthen the already sterling reputation of NATE and set it up for substantial growth within the next decade.
TD Bank is supporting NATE students and its campus expansion. The $300,000 that TD is donating will be provided over a 5-year period and put toward the new NATE Center for Applied Technologies building.
The Center for Applied Technologies, which is the new center, the new building, the CAT building, that's being built to really increase, it's really consistent with the growth plans of NATE and helps us to get bigger and to accommodate more students. And it was the priority of NATE, so it was the highest sort of priority for us.
The CAT building will have room for 5,000 students, 1,700 of which will be new to NATE. Construction on the center is supposed to be finished by fall 2016, hosting programs such as business, health, engineering technologies, and environmental management.
The first big dump of snow in Edmonton last Thursday has left city streets in rough shape and commuters with a headache. Maintenance crews finished with the arterial roads and bus routes over the weekend, and blading of the uncomfortably bumpy residential streets has begun. Blading is an around-the-clock scheduled operation, with roadway maintenance crews working in different parts of the city, starting just after midnight on Monday, December 1st, and ending late on Friday, December 5th.
With a decrease in gas prices, Edmontonians are able to keep more cash in their pockets. Human resources expert Lucas Miller states this could impact job growth for Canadians, which will affect the economy.
If you look at, the consumer goods industry, when oil prices are low, producers are less likely to pay for high amounts of overtime of their staff, less overtime, less disposable income for the workers in the economy, which means, less spending items on consumer goods.
Alberta's unemployment rate is sitting at 4.5%, which is a steady decrease since it peaked at 7.2% in 2009. This continues to be a positive for consumers, but workers in the oil field could see the negative side of the drop.
The Salvation Army hosted their annual community Christmas dinner. More than 1,000 people enjoyed the traditional turkey dinner and musical ambiance who might otherwise have nowhere else to go. A comforting moment for those in need and the volunteers as well.
Just meet some wonderful people, the volunteers, and then some of the folks that we're serving, and it's just a great time to kind of get into the beginning of the Christmas season.
More than 50 volunteers helped make the evening possible, serving dinner, dessert, and some Christmas spirit to those in the community who need it the most.
The Food Bank and Edmonton Transit System have joined forces to help the community with their 20th anniversary of Estafa Bus. People in the Edmonton area were invited to brave the cold and participate by donating non-perishable food items at the 13 Save on Foods locations all over Edmonton.
We take food of all types and sizes, and we don't refuse anything non-perishable. However, there is a big demand for what people do forget is a lot of the children's baby formulas and baby foods and some of the foods for the smaller kids.
The food bank received over 20,000 kilograms of food this year, missing last year's mark by only 500 kilograms. The food bank is accepting food and cash donations all year long and reminds everyone that December is the most important month for charities. And now Kevin joins us with sports.
Many of the NAIT teams have done great so far this season.
Yeah, with the men's hockey team leading the way. We have their last game highlights and more coming up in sports. After crushing Briarcrest 8-1 the night before, the Ooks men's hockey team were looking for a similar result in the rematch last Saturday. The Ooks would get a glorious chance early on when Ref's swan shot rings off the post. However, it would be the Clippers that would open up the scoring with a weak shot from Jacob Barabot, a goal that I'm sure Cameron would like back. Still in the first period with the Ooks on the power play, Jordan Wood picks up the rebound and scores to even this game up. Less than 2 minutes later, on the man advantage of the game, Swan's point shot would be deflected by Wood, his second of the game. The Ooks would go on to score 7 more as they cruised to a dominating 9-4 victory. After the game, Wood was quick to acknowledge his line mates for his 4-point performance.
My line mates, obviously they helped out. I got a bunch of good bounces, so I got 2 that right on my stick, and so it's pretty easy to score goals when you're getting gifts like that.
Heading into their home-and-home series with Augustana last weekend, the Ooks women's volleyball team has only won 1 of their previous 7 games. The women were all fired up and ready to turn this ship around. We jump to the first set as Shayna Godlin would get the kill to give the Ooks the first set. The Ooks mascot was doing its part in rallying the fans behind the women. On to the third set with match point in hand for the Ooks. Tiffany Evans gets the kill and the Ooks sweep the game 3-0. Abby O'Neill was named player of the game with 14 digs and shared her thoughts on how the team was able to pull it together to grab their second win of November.
I think today's win was kind of a mixture actually. I thought our defense was pretty strong there, and I also think that our serving was really good. We put them in lots of trouble trying to figure out what they were trying to do and stuff, and I think we popped in short serves right when we needed them and stuff, so it was really good.
While many of the Ooks teams continue to dominate on the field, court, and ice, it's the fans in the stands that seem to be underachieving. With the men's and women's soccer teams recently capturing the ACAC championships respectively, along with the men's and women's hockey teams currently sitting atop the ACAC standings, the lack of fans in the stands isn't due to the performance of the Ooks athletes.
I think the biggest disappointment would be that we don't get a lot of student support, and it could be because of the times that the games are. So it could be because Friday nights people don't want to be on campus, or they don't want to come back on Saturday.
However, you can count on many of the athletes' parents cheering on their kids at the games.
I think it's really good. I think there's a really good group, core group of parents, and now that we know each other a little bit and stuff, we have fun.
In comparison, the MacEwan University Griffins are also finding it tough to get more warm bodies in the stands to catch the best in collegiate sports. All in all, Ooks athletes will give it their best each game, no matter how full the stands are.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's always nice when you get the fans supporting you and you can hear them cheering and stuff. It makes you play that much harder. But I mean, obviously, we're still going to play as hard as we can if the fans aren't there. But it's always nice when they're there cheering you on. Despite the fact the Eskimos came up short of returning to the Grey Cup, that didn't deter local CFL fans from catching the big game between the Tiger Cats and the Stampeders at their favorite sports bar this past Sunday. Football fans were enjoying watching the 2 best CFL teams battle it out at BC Place in Vancouver for the 102nd Grey Cup.
It's more like our Canadian football, right? I mean, gotta watch it, gotta support it, and I mean, like I said, the Eskimos, born and raised Edmonton Eskimo fans, so just got to continue it on. Still watch that Grey Cup and cheer on the best teams, I guess, right? So, it's good.
Local phys ed teacher and football coach Sean Irwin is one of 10 youth coaches across the nation to be nominated for Coach of the Year by NFL Canada.
You guys have done this before, so tell me one of the types of passes.
It's a tremendous honor. I know that there's thousands of great coaches out there, and just to be included and nominated for something like this, just an amazing experience and a great honor.
Irwin not only coaches his players on the field, but he also takes them under his wing and tries to mentor them through their challenging teen years.
Part of the thing is keeping them in school, making sure they're doing the right thing so that further on down the road, they'll have a better chance to be successful.
Even though the top NFL honor went to Ottawa's Paul Howard, Irwin's greatest achievement is seeing his players winning in this crazy game called life. The world could definitely use more people like Sean.
For sure. Well, that's it for Second Edition News and Sports.
Thank you for joining us.
Grandpa, 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 Grandpa.
What is it, Jenna?
Did you know in the US they sent approximately 3 billion Christmas cards?
I can say I don't really care about that.
Hey, don't walk away while I'm talking to you. Get back here. Hey. Did you know there are approximately 20,000 Rent-A-Santas each year? And they have to go through special training to stay jolly all season. You should try that, Grandpa. Did you know it is a tradition in Japan to eat KFC on Christmas Eve? Did you know in 1647 the English Parliament passed a law that made Christmas illegal? No Christmas. Did you know people in Ireland leave out Guinness on Christmas Eve for Santa? Did you know in the song 12 Days of Christmas you get 364 gifts? Do you want me to sing it for you? On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave you me.
I just need to get something to eat.
Fine, I'll let you take a break.
Don't just listen, connect with our DJs. Check out our show schedules and participate in our contests. Listen, click, connect. NR92.com, the station for the students.
When you can't be at the game, Oogs Hockey is only a click away on NR92.
Tune in for all home games broadcast live. Can't be in the stands? You can still be a fan.
Only on NR92.com, the station for the students.
I wonder what Artie's up to. Hey, Artie! Artie! What you up to, mate?
Huh? What's Mac want? Yeah, Mac, I'm just perched here in this tree doing bird stuff.
Wanna go grab some grasshoppers there, mate? I hear they're delicious.
Are you talking about the big rock grasshopper or that gross bug?
Of course I'm talking about the big rock grasshopper. Why would I want to eat some bugs?
I don't know, mate. That's why I asked you, you wanker.
Oh, call me a wanker, will ya? I'm out of here.
Big Rock Grasshopper Wheat Ale. The early bird gets the best pint. Looking to get out more? Tune in to NR92 for all your campus events.
The time of your life is just a listen away. NR92.com, the station for the students.
You work hard. Harder than anyone else. Blah, 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 blah. Don't worry, tune them out. Listen to NR92.
Tune in to tune out. NR92.com, your music, your attitude.
It's hard to find new music first. With the click of a mouse, NR92 makes it easy with the new Music Nooner. Weekdays at 12:30. The new Music Nooner. Discover the undiscovered. NR92.com, the station for the students.
Welcome to Cooking with Ernest. I'm your host, Reed Walker, and I'm here with Chef Josh Ward. And I see we're cooking shrimp today. And honestly, this looks a lot more planned out than what I do at home, where I just throw every random ingredient and spice that I think will taste good, but it never does.
Yeah, well, we're kind of going to be doing that today, but it's going to be a little bit more monitored. So if you want to mix these together, and as you're mixing them, I can tell you what's in there. So black pepper, some paprika, cayenne.
And it's all right if I leave out a little bit in the bowl.
Yeah, this is, recipes are just guidelines. A little garlic powder, some mustard.
And if I felt like adding
Salt.
another, if I want more of a salty taste, I could add more salt and it wouldn't completely
For sure,
destroy
yeah,
the
yeah.
recipe.
As long as it's trial and error when it comes to a lot of these spice rubs, unless you go based on solely a recipe, then you just use a whisk. As long as you know what the spices do, what's in them, and how powerful and how mild they are, you can basically add anything you want. This is a recipe I've kind of played with a few times. So once it's mixed together, we're actually just going to take a little bit.
And you
season
can
these
use
up.
You can use this on anything, right? It doesn't have to be shrimp, like chicken or beef or whatever.
Yeah, you can definitely use it on pork, chicken. I wouldn't really use it on beef. I would use something a little stronger on the beef. And we're just going to throw some oil in here.
And does it have to be a certain kind of oil, or just any oil is fine?
I like to use canola just because it has a lower smoke point. If you use like an olive oil or anything kind of milder like that, then it's just going to smoke a lot faster just because you have to use this at a higher temperature. Canola is also neutral in flavor, so you're mostly just going to get the spices from your seasoning and things like that.
And we have quite a bit of this still left over, so what's the shelf life on this?
You can actually keep that for up to 6 months, as long as it's in an airtight container. Just have it in your cupboard and you can use it for whenever you need it. You can actually put it in chilies, sauces, barbecue sauces, things like that.
Honestly, at this point, this is where I'd be burning the shrimp, but you're doing much better.
Sure, you want to hand me that plate and we'll get it plated up?
All right, so for this recipe and more, go to natenewswatch.ca and click on the second edition tab. Thanks for watching.
What are you doing, nerd?
I'm watching a video. Go away.
You missed supper. You should see this video.
Oh.
Okay, jeez. I got you a present, but now I'm just gonna give you a lump of coal.
Marissa, what do you tell me all the time about my cooking?
Here we have some parents who thought that giving their kids a terrible Christmas present was a great idea. Well, maybe not.
You should appreciate her getting us a present, but I didn't know it would be like that. I don't want ponies. They're for girls.
Guys,
Mom is a stupid book.
we thought really hard about what to get you this year.
Well, you didn't do a very good job.
Honesty.
What is it?
An old banana.
An old banana? Isn't that exciting?
Yay!
What are you doing?
Pushing it.
Oh, okay.
You stinking parents! Take this back! Stupid Hello Kitty, Jen!
Wake up, you're gonna miss the movie. Wake up! Actually, nap sounds kind of good right now.
Liam, calm down. It's okay. Look, we're flying. Look, it's magic.
Oh, this is so much
No,
work.
it's not. Santa sent us on a special mission. We're going to help him deliver all the presents to the boys and girls.
This job
It
sucks.
doesn't suck. He's going to let us use his magic, and we're going to watch a movie on the way.
Oh, okay.
The Saunders family has just moved from Los Angeles to Edmonton right before Christmas, leaving them with no Christmas.
When their mom, Judy, gets stuck in LA,
Lies, it's clearly the Edmonton airport.
it is up to Wayne, the dad, and the kids to go to West Edmonton Mall to do some Christmas shopping.
Things start looking a bit like Christmas when 12-year-old Brian and Mary find a duffel bag with $200,000 in it, and they go on a shopping spree across the mall.
Until the criminals who created the counterfeit money chase them through the mall and try to get the money back.
Oh no!
That movie sucked. The special effects were awful. Like, the outside of West Edmonton Mall, it does not look like that. Sure, it had Patrick Swayze in it, but the writing, just terrible. Also, it made fun of my hometown, Edmonton. I give this movie 1 fake West Edmonton Mall out of 5.
I completely agree with you. This movie was a complete waste of my life. I wouldn't recommend this to any of my friends or even any of my enemies. Well,
maybe some of my enemies. I'll give this movie 1 counterfeit dollar out of 5.
Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.